Hi everyone, this is a reading for you. We're going to have a look and see what's coming through. If this resonates with you, please do like this reading, comment down below, and do subscribe. And also, I'm here every single day doing readings, so I'm always here. I have been for the last 4 years. I'm always here for you to read. Do subscribe if you wanted to, and this is a safe space where you're always very welcome. Let's have a look and see what your reading is bringing to us. What I can tell you, what I can mention to you, what you need to know, what is going on, what is happening. We've got here the Fool. Okay. Wow, look at this. Fool with the 4 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. Gear up, because there's someone here that's going to take real action towards you. This person is going to make a real effort towards you. This person is really going to be all about you, like very kind, very caring, very loving. There's an energy here of them just really approaching you with just fullness in their heart, fullness in their being, fullness in their spirit. 8 of Pentacles is about them working hard towards you, you know, really just building things up, being very proactive, being very understanding, being very caring. This person is actually going to realize that they have to do more towards you, right? They can't just be always keeping to themselves. They can't always just be all about themselves. It's almost like they're realizing that in order to make a relationship work, they've actually got to put in effort. I know, mind-blowing, isn't it? So this person, okay, is going to be coming forward knowing that they have to put effort towards you, knowing that they have to actually do something, knowing they have to make plans, knowing they have to take you places or suggest places to go, you know, that they've got to take matters sort of in their own hands. And even with the 4 of Wands, you know, it's about building those blocks and building those building that foundation, you know, for a future, not just making it all about themselves, not just making it about what they want, how they want it to be, really taking the initiative and taking that challenge and, you know, being proactive, literally being proactive. And I think that's the thing that I see here, is that they're going to come forward, and I think they're going to say some things to you. So we're going to have a look at the message cards as well. Oh, sorry, it was a bit dramatic, but I mean, I feel like that just hit my heart really, really hard. We have an I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. This person is going to apologize for perhaps not doing enough beforehand, because the thing is, now they've realized, I need to put in effort, I need to put in work, I need to be proactive, I need to do things, I need to actually pave the way forward, okay? Like, I need to actually do something here. And they're going to be sorry for not having done that sooner. They will literally say to themselves, I can't believe I didn't understand the work I needed to do sooner. I can't believe I didn't realize what I had to do sooner. I can't believe I was so stuck in my head and stuck in my mind that I didn't realize what I had to do sooner. I can't believe it, you know? Look at this. I should have listened to you. It could be that you also said, you know, like, oh, you know, in order for a relationship to work, like, you know, I do need a bit more consistency. I need a little bit more time from you. I need a little bit more understanding. I need a little bit more of a shoulder. And you saying something, whether it pushed them away or it just like emotionally, like they sort of went back into their shell or whatever they did, they will realize that actually, you know what, I should have listened to you. I should have taken that on board, because they feel bad for not treating you in the way that you wanted to be treated when that's what you asked for. You know, you did ask for what you wanted. And I think the thing here is that you feel sometimes really stupid for asking what you wanted, but this is going to haunt them. This is literally going to haunt them. If they said, okay, let's say, for example, you value communication, right? And you communicated your needs and your wants, and they shrugged it off at the time, or they pretended like it wasn't important, okay? Or they didn't prioritize you. You communicated your needs, and you should never feel bad about that, because I do feel that some of you think to yourself, okay, if I didn't communicate my needs across, then at least things would have still somewhat been together. You actually stood up for yourself. You stood up for yourself. You stood up for your boundaries. You stood up for your value, you know, and that's much more powerful, because the interesting thing here is that by them not respecting your value and your boundary and what you wanted at the time, now it's actually like a dagger in their heart where they're realizing, I should have listened to you. I should have realized, you know, what you always wanted. Because there's a sense here of there being a bit of space and distance between you both that is making them feel really uncomfortable. It's making them face their fear. It's making them realize, like, oh my God, you didn't do things very well. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. You know, they're feeling awful. They're feeling really sad. They're feeling very discouraged. They're feeling hurt. They're feeling upset. They're feeling confused. They're feeling sad. You know, they're feeling very, very lonely in their life. Even discouraged from their goals and their dreams. You know, they just are thinking, I should have listened to you, I should have communicated, I should have given you what you wanted, and maybe then, you know, you would have been flourishing and I would have been flourishing and the relationship would have been flourishing. Now, you know, they're starting to realize I didn't give you what you wanted, and you got fed up of that. And essentially, you know, we've got here, I'm scared to let my guard down. It can be that they didn't want to give you enough time, or they didn't want to give you what you wanted, whether it's commitment or whatever, because they were scared, right? They were scared to be vulnerable. They were scared of taking a leap of faith. They were scared of taking a chance. They were scared that perhaps they're not exactly where they want to be career-wise or financial-wise. They were scared that, you know, what is going to happen? How is it going to happen? How is it all going to, you know, come together? Like, you know, they were very, very scared about this, and they were rather overwhelmed by it all as well, just not knowing what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, you know, what is the situation. Yeah. I didn't love myself, so I'm scared to let my guard down. I didn't love myself. This person didn't really love themselves. They just loved doing a million things, going out, and let me just tell you something. You know, I think this is the kind of person that sort of did a little bit Googling and kind of, you know, looked around online and saw that, you know, relationships are also about having your own identity, but they took it quite literally to the point where they would make their own identity the entire relationship sometimes. You know, they would make their identity, their career, everything, the whole bubble, and then a person just sort of latches onto that and just accepts whatever. And I think that that's what they sort of thought here, is that I need to be independent, I need to have friends, I need to do this, I need to do that. But they did it to such an extreme that when you have a partner, you're supposed to sort of prioritize, and they didn't really do that, right? They didn't really love themselves. They didn't really value themselves. They didn't really care about themselves. They were more about all of these other things, all of these other moving parts. And so now what they want to say to you is, I'm sorry, you know, I've learned this lesson that not everything is just about my work. Not everything is just about my friends. Not everything is just about everybody else. I also have to prioritize you, because you are special. You are my future. You know, we're going to build a life together. We're going to, you know, and it's this kind of sense here that they feel like they've lost someone who they could have built a life with. So what they want to say is, you know, listen, I didn't love myself. You know, I had to learn this lesson. I was very scared to let my guard down. I'm sorry. I should have listened to you. This is literally what they will say, you know, hoping that there can be some kind of resolution to this particular conflict, that there can be a resolution to this entire situation, that there can be a resolution to what hasn't quite worked out and what hasn't quite gone right, a resolution to realize that you were not being too much, you know, for asking for your needs. And the thing here is that you have challenged their beliefs. You know, they've always kind of thought like, oh, I need to go out, I need to do this, I need to do that. Whereas you may be a much more peaceful person that just wants to really enjoy their company. You want to talk to them, you know, for hours. You want to spend time with them. And they've always kind of viewed that as maybe being, you know, very like obsessive or very clingy. Like, but the thing is, your perspective of what you want is not wrong. And their perspective is perhaps a bit too drawn out. It's too excessive, right? Because they see that as like, oh no, but what if things go wrong? Then there's attachment. You like to be attached. You like to be with a person that really cares about you, that listens to you. Whereas they see that as like, oh my God, that's a bit too much, right? You've challenged their beliefs because of how much love they've also received in their life. They haven't received the huge amount of love that you've received in your life. And so what they would want to say to you is, you know, you challenged my beliefs because I didn't love myself, but that's also because I didn't really have someone that loved me to this degree. You know, they may have had absent parents. They may have had absent friends. They may have, you know, spent a lot of their time sort of just fending for themselves, like being independent for themselves, you know, not really having those close connections. Whereas you perhaps have built your life on wanting close connections. And so they will say, you know, you challenged my beliefs. And now I know that it's so wrong what I was doing, and that I needed to let my guard down. I needed to be proactive. I needed to be loving. I needed to be kind. I needed to do things in a different way. And that's what I see here, is that they will say to you. Yep, they will say this to you, okay? That's the affirmation for this reading as well. If this resonates with you, is they will say this to me. So comment it down below, because they will say this to you, and then things between you both will then progress and come together accordingly. And we've also got here as well, phone call. I would not be surprised if you got a phone call from this person communicating across to you just how sorry they are for not treating you properly. And I think a lot of this sort of like triggering energy of them not treating you properly comes from the fact that they will realize that they've lost a really, really valuable person that they could have built an entire life with, and that they didn't do enough to understand things from your perspective. They kind of made everything their perspective. And listen, this person at some point may have even said that it was all about your needs and wants, but they are projecting. Okay, so that's what we have here. This is your reading. If this resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment down below and subscribe. I have personal readings, rituals, services, intention items, thousands of 5-star reviews. Everything is on shopmoonlightguidance.com and linked down below. Literally rituals, you know, and items for so many areas of your life. And I hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are. And I'll see you all very, very soon. All right, take care. Bye.